So with that, let's move on to the second point that I want to talk about here. And it's the heart of what I want to talk about today. The whole industry has been lying to you to keep you stuck and in their system. The entire weight loss industry has been lying to you. Yes, you heard that right. 100% they are lying to you. The industry thrives on keeping you stuck and in a cycle of losing, gaining, losing, gaining, losing, all of that. Why? Because your struggle is profitable for them. So, in other words, yes, they gamble with your health just to make a buck. That, my friends, is the cold hard truth of it. I know that maybe some of you never quite thought of it that way, but this is why, in essence, anybody can go out and lose 20 or 30 pounds by going on one of these quick little fast fad diets. But does it actually ever solve the problem? Or does it just put a band-aid on it so that you can fit into a wedding dress or so that you can look good at the beach for that party? All right. So, I'm just giving you some food thought here. They sell you on the idea that you need their specific diet plan or their specific supplements or their exclusive programs. But the reality is, these quick fixes are designed to be temporary. They don't address the root cause of weight issues, which is so often metabolic health and food quality. All right. That's the cold hard truth of it, guys. The industry pushes things like low fat. I call it the low fat, fat free scam because that's exactly what that was. You got high carb diets and they all wreak havoc on your metabolism. What I mean by high carb diets is look at the food pyramid. The food pyramid promotes mostly starches, carbs, and stuff like that. So there you go. That's all part of the main messaging of the industry right there. They promote processed health foods loaded with hidden sugars and unhealthy fats. All of this keeps you trapped in a cycle of gaining and losing and gaining and losing. All right. Now let's for a second here talk about the low fat diet trend that took off in the 80s and 90s. Despite the promises, it actually led to increased obesity and metabolic disorders, metabolic damages. Or let's look at the rise of processed healthy snacks, which are often just as bad as junk food, you guys. And this is how, these are just examples on how the industry misleads us. Also, as a side note, you guys, it's not about spending an obscene amount of hours in the gym either. I hate to break it to you, but the gym and exercise is only 10% of the equation. The big 90% happens in our food when it comes to weight loss. It's not just the weight loss industry, though. There's another level to this. The bigger part of the picture is the big food companies. Now, I want to ask the question here. How many people actually love going to the grocery store to get groceries? How many of you actually really love going to the store and getting groceries? Or, are you like me? Because, I know for me, when I go to the store, I just want to get in there and I want to get out of there as quickly as possible. And just like the slow person on the road that drives me crazy because they're driving slow, they're driving under the speed limit, or they're driving the exact speed limit. Come on, give a little, right? It drives me crazy when I get somebody in front of me in the aisle that's taking up the aisle and they are freaking going but slow. I just want to get out of there. Get out of my way. Oh, yes. It's a pet peeve of mine. So there you go. Picture me with a grocery store cart, just kind of weaving in and out of the people. So anyhow, and see, that's the thing though. Many of us are in a hurry. That's the reality of it. We're busy and we have things to do. And I totally get that because I'm of the same mentality. So it's like, I just want to get there and I want to get home. I've got other things to do. I've got more important things to do than be in the store, grocery shopping, but I need to eat. So it's kind of like a necessary thing, right? So my point is when we're at the grocery store, we are often just grabbing things and putting it in our shopping cart, and we just take a split second to glance at the front of a box or a package, scan it, and then pop the thing in our cart, thinking, all right, it's a decent choice. This just happens automatic in our head. All right. And that's fine, all, but the cold reality is if you're doing that, chances are very likely and very high that you are being deceived by these big food companies, and being deceived in a big way and in ways that you don't even know it. So I'm going to tell another little story here. So I was at Aldi's. Aldi's is a store we have here in California. And I was in the checkout stand, and in front of me was this mom with two kids. All right. And the mom with two kids, I could tell the mom was frustrated. The girl that was in the cart was just, she couldn't sit down. She kept having to tell the girl to sit down. And then she kept getting into things and opening things she wasn't supposed to be opening. And then the little boy was just kind of outside the cart, kind of running around. And it's like, I could tell the mom was like, I need to get home. I am just done here. And some of you moms out there, you're kind of like, I know what that's like. Anyhow, I watched this mom because we were also partly in a food aisle as well, because the line was a little long. She walked over and she had spotted this box of bars, fruit and grain bars that they sell at Aldi's. And I watched her walk over there and grab the box. And she probably spent 3-4 seconds looking at the front of the box, and then quickly grabbed a second one of a different flavor and popped them in her cart. Being the health coach that I am, I stood there and I kind of went, And I walked over to where those bars were. And I looked at the box, looked at the front. On the front, they're selling you no artificial flavors or high fructose corn syrup, no synthetic colors, real fruit filling. I'm looking at the screenshot I took of the box. Only 140 calories, per bar. And, so they're selling you all this stuff. In the picture, it looks healthy, it looks nice, and everything else. It is not until you turn the freaking thing over, and you look at the back, you look at the ingredients. And I'm going to tell you right now, because I'm looking at these ingredients, I literally cannot pronounce 80% of these. Number one, this is not food, number one, all right? And it's got seed oils in it, industrial seed oils like vegetable oil, palm oil, and stuff, and a bunch of other things, synthetic vitamins in it, caramel color. Why does it need caramel color, really? This is not food. The whole point of this story, on why I'm sharing this story with you guys, is because we need to learn to turn the freaking things over and look at the truth, because I'm telling you, we cannot trust these big food companies with their marketing and what they're showing us and what they're telling us. They're going to show you exactly what they know you want to see, and they're going to tell you exactly what they know you want to hear. And you're not going to find out what the real truth of the matter is until you turn the freaking thing over. That's the entire point of why I share that story. Okay. They will package their items. They will make it look attracting. They will tell you everything. Like I said, you've got to turn it over to find out the truth. A couple other quick examples that I'm just going to mention really quickly here. Syrup. Many of you love syrup on your pancakes, waffles, or French toast. I'm a syrup lover. I like traditional maple syrup. I'm not into the fruit syrup. Some people are. But the traditional maple syrup. Here's just another example on how they fool you. Let's take the brand Log Cabin Syrup. Okay, Mrs. Butterworth is pretty much the same thing. And then there's a few other brands out there that I can't remember. But anyhow, Log Cabin Syrup. I'm not going to go into high fructose corn syrup and all that other stuff on this log cabin syrup example. There's one thing I just want to make a big point about. It's supposed to be maple syrup, isn't it? You turn it over and you look at the ingredients. Not one ingredient in there says maple syrup. What does that tell you? First ingredient, corn syrup, which is just as bad as high fructose corn syrup. But where's the maple? And the whole ingredient list is full of nothing that has anything to do with maple. So what the hell is it? Okay, that's just a point that I'm making about marketing deceptions. Here's a second one for you. Kraft mayo made with avocado oil. That's what they'll sell you on the front. Big, bold letters, made with avocado oil. Sure, you turn it over. You look on the back, first or second ingredient is avocado oil. But what's the third and fourth ingredient? Soybean oil and canola oil. Industrial seed oils. These industrial seed oils they wreak havoc on your health. Let's just say that. They cause severe metabolic damage, they cause severe inflammation, chronic inflammation. They damage your cholesterol, and they reprogram your body to store fat. So those are two extra examples that I'm giving you on how they deceive you with marketing and what they put on the labels. When you develop the habit and you make that habit part of who you are and automatic, as we talked about earlier, of turning these freaking things over, I guarantee you are going to be making better food choices. And I guarantee you your health is going to slowly start getting better. It's not going to be an overnight process, because your body needs to heal from that now. All right. You are going to start choosing foods with minimal ingredients, because you're going to start seeing these lists and you're going to start not feeling comfortable of what's going into your body. You are going to start identifying key harmful ingredients like high fructose corn syrup, corn syrup. By the way, those are one and the same. They market no high fructose corn syrup to you on the back, and they put corn syrup on there. And they're both the same. It's just a marketing ploy that they use. So they'll market no high fructose corn syrup on the front and then put corn syrup on the back, hoping that you're going to think that's a healthier choice. It's not. And there's sugar in general, industrial seed oils that lurk in everything. I'm not going to go into what those are right now. GMO ingredients, bioengineered ingredients, food dyes. You're going to start seeing the synthetic vitamins that are out there, et cetera, et cetera. These are just to name a few. Seed oils alone is going to be a big discovery, because they are in everything: packaged, boxed, salad dressings, bottled salad dressings. 90% of them have seed oils in them, industrial seed oils. This industry, the big food companies, have absolutely no concern for your health. Let me repeat that again. This industry, the big food companies, have absolutely no concern for your health. They only have a concern for their pocketbooks. That might take a while for you to let that sink in and really become a reality. You might have a little bit of cognitive dissonance right here. Okay. And let me tell you, everyone is in bed with each other, including the American Heart Association. The American Heart Association is 80% owned by pharmaceutical companies, and the rest is big food. So the messages that they put out are nothing but propaganda, because these companies are paying them. Okay, that also might be a little bombshell for you there. Now, Proverbs 11 verse 1 tells us the Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weights find favor with him. The industry's dishonesty is like those false scales, keeping you trapped for their gain. What does that tell you? All right, turn the freaking thing over. You can take back control and bring your power back with what you put into your cart and what you're bringing into your house by doing that one simple thing, turning it over. Start educating yourself on harmful ingredients and what it does to you. The cleaner you become with what you're eating, the more your body is going to begin to heal itself, and it's going to be easier, and it's going to be easier for you to keep that weight off for life, which many of you want to do. Okay, that's what I've been able to do. Keep my weight off easily, sustainably for 6+ years now. I don't even think about it. And that goes back to the key that I mentioned in the beginning. That's because through my journey, the habits and changes that I did had enough time to sink in and become part of who I was. So powerful, you guys. Such a big key. You may be thinking that you are making good decisions at the store, but what you don't know is these companies are lying to you. You cannot rely on what they're telling you anymore. And this is one of the biggest reasons why it's hard for a lot of people to keep the weight off once they've lost it. They don't know they're consuming all of this harmful stuff into their bodies. They haven't been educated. It hasn't been pointed out to them. So this is why I'm here to point that out to you. Just by making that one little switch of turning the freaking thing over, you can change a lot. Okay. And again, I'm going to remind you guys, this is not an overnight thing. Lastly, Proverbs 4, verse 23 advises, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Here's the application of that. So it's not just your heart. Guard your health. Guarding your health starts by what we are putting into our body and making conscious, more informed decisions. All right. So remember, guys, turn the freaking thing over.